Okay, let's do some more analysis of this market that has about 15 minutes left. NASDAQ is just below the highs set earlier this morning. The 10-year yield is back on the move. Bond futures prices are making lows as we speak. Let's bring in Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, for this big rally day. Scott, is it the comeback for bulls? Is this the real deal? Just the start of another push?
I'm not so sure about that, Oliver, but listen, I've been surprised over the last week at the continuation of the rally. So it's hard to fight the trend right now. It's also really hard to understand how the market is so accepting, finally, of higher rates, which we know we're going to get. The bottom line is once the news was out, right? Once Powell finally, and I'll call it capitulated and said, yep, this is what we need to do. You know what? It was like the floodgates opened and the market finally said, okay, that's what we need to do. Let's go with it.
It's almost kind of comical, the latest language kind of compared to some of the other stuff that we've heard from the central bank over the last year, or even further since we've gotten to know Powell, where he just kind of seemed like he got tired taking questions, just said, yeah, I'll do 50. Why not? What have I told you guys? We're going to fight it, So it's almost like relief now that somebody's doing something about it, I guess.
There's no question about it. And maybe the thought of I don't want to say recession. I don't want to use that word. But maybe the thought of just cooling the jets a little bit here is what the market is looking at and saying that's what we really need. But listen, I don't think that we are completely in the clear for a rally from this point forward. Look at what has happened over the last week. Look how far the market has come. The RSI right now, it is so overbought. As far as it was oversold just a week ago, it is so overbought right now. I would just be really careful.
Okay. So does it matter kind of which side of the market, value versus growth, cyclicals, defensive? I mean, thinking about what looks the most sustainable, I guess it's been pretty much broad-based off the bottom.
It has been. And if I had to isolate one sector, I would say the financials, just given the rate environment going forward here, the financials probably are the ones that 3, 6, 9 months from now will come out of this potentially with the best results, because rates are going up here. And you look at a stock like Bank America, you look at a stock like a Wells Fargo, and some of these stocks where we know that higher yields lead to wider margins, they've got a lot of room to run to the upside.
So as long as our yield curve doesn't turn into recession, banks maybe a way through here.
I agree, but look at the flattening that we've seen just over the last few days or so, which I think that's going to normalize, pretty soon here.
Okay. Scott, looking at bonds and the way the bond market is working with stocks here in the short term, we've got yields going up and stocks going up, which is a little bit different than obviously a few of the big yield-driven sell-offs we've had.
Yep.
What do you see in terms of the sustainability of that kind of commingled rally? Is that possible? Are we really going to get that?
I mean, it's possible in the short run. History says it, longer term, it's not really the pattern that we've seen. But listen, if there's something I've learned, Oliver, over the last 18, 24 months trading in this marketplace is honestly anything can happen for a period of time. We have seen some really out of the ordinary, kind of 1% probability types of moves over the last couple of years. And that's not going to stop anytime soon here. And there's so much liquidity in the marketplace and driving the marketplace that these moves that maybe don't make sense from a historical basis, they can, as the old saying says, they can stay liquid a lot longer than I can. So
right.
It's hard to fight it.
Okay. All right, Scott, thanks for the thoughts. Interesting session. Appreciate your analysis. Mr. Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy.